some cumin seeds. No oil. Dry pan.
You can start.
Absolutely dry pan. It's hot, but it's no oil. So normally you would put a load of oil in there, heat it up, and then put your spices in here. I'm going to just get my onions ready. So I'm just going to prepare my onions first. Whose favourite job in the kitchen is chopping onions? Who loves chopping onions? Anybody? Anybody want to come chop my onions? No, it's the least favourite job in the kitchen. It makes me cry. I don't want to cry. I'm a happy person. I don't want to cry. So.
Wow.
Wow.
Wow. Did I hear that? Not only am I chopping my onion, I'm actually peeling it at the same time.
Do you see how easy? Use the food processor. Who hasn't got this one? Food processor.
How easy is that? Peeled and shredded onion. No tears, no time to cry about it. Seeds. Just a few more. You already smell?
And what is the temperature, please, when you...
I've got about 160, I'm going up to about 170. I just want it hot to start with. In ideal circumstances where it's quite quiet, you can actually hear those pop. And when I'm making curries and I'm using black mustard seeds or any of those seeds that you would normally put in a layer of oil, I'm told by the Sikh community that the layer of oil on top of the curries shows how wealthy the family are. It's a sign of prestige to have oil in their food. I was astonished being coming into Birmingham community and going into the supermarkets and seeing 5-gallon drums. What would that be? I don't know how many litres that comes to, but these big tall drums of oil that you normally see in catering kitchens. And they were in a normal supermarket. And I'm like, why do they go to all these big cans of oil? And people are putting them in their basket. And they buy one a week, I'm told. And I'm like,
Oh my God.
It's amazing because the basis of any curry sauce is oil. Okay? So my seeds are toasting away there. Getting nice.
So excited even.
So you can smell the aroma of the spice. And then I'm just going to put my own in it. Onion, what is happening is you're burning the oil onto the surface of the onion, and that is the smell that you smell when fried onion is burnt oil. But by just having a dry pan, and you can do this in a steel pan at home, please don't use Teflon pans, and I'll explain later, but with a plain cookware like this, particularly salad master, you can cook no oil, and you see there is juices coming out of that onion. Alright? And what I'm wanting, and a lot of curries can be brown onions. Some are just cooked through, normally lightly fried onion. I'm just going for the lightly fried here, so I'll put the lid on because it's going to... And what's happening there is onions, garlic, leeks, chives, they're all part of the allicin family. And they contain a phytochemical, a micronutrient called allium. And allium has been shown in a petri dish in the laboratories to stop the growth of cancer cells. So how important is that we should have onions and leeks and these properties from the vegetables that we eat? So lots of onions are helpful. They boost the immune system, they provide the attackers that stop the prevention of changes of cells that we don't want to be growing in our bodies. Okay, let me just check this. If I want these to go crispier, I can just crack them. I just want these to get softened. It's the softness that will give the basis for the sauce. What I've got also here that's going to go in, I'll explain what I've got. I've got chopped chilies. Fresh green chilies, the finger ones that are quite hot. I've got some chopped coriander, some chopped garlic, and some chopped ginger. Now traditionally these would have been ground so that they form a paste, but we don't have the luxury of that. We're travelling chefs here, so what I've done is I've chopped them very finely, because a lot of people don't have pestle and mortars. They don't have those kind of equipment. In one of the kitchens I go to in Birmingham where they're cooking curries on a daily basis, they have a little mini chopper. And it's a little electronic gadget, and I love going in there because I can easily chop everything. But I've done all this by hand with some chopped coriander there. So just to get this going. Okay, so I'm just making sure that's quite soft.
Wala nang meat.
My ginger.
Wala nang meat, ha?
My chili. Do we like garlic? And ginger is really, really helpful for digestive systems. Anybody have problems with the digestion, irritable tummies, guts? Ginger can really help calm an irritated gut down, so it's really good. Sorry? What sort of?
The temperature.
Temperature is now 195. I've got it. I'm trying to get some heat going through because I'm trying to speed it up. You don't have to have it as hot as this. I'm just trying
normally,
to.
what normal?
About 150, 160. I don't want it too hot, but it's just mainly just to get the onions and colour on the onion a little bit, get it softened. Secret of Indian sauces is smoothness, and what I would do is, if I really wanted a very, very smooth sauce, I would put my tomatoes and onion in a food processor and blend it so that it's quite fine. And you can, I'm going to use now some canned tomato, just the basic chopped tomatoes, but you can get these in cans, whatever, or you can have fresh ones chopped up finely. Should be about enough, about a cup. Now I wouldn't normally add salt, but it's traditional. So I like people to taste the food without the salt, but I will put a little tiny amount in.
Temperature centigrade or very high?
Centigrade. And you can cook this on a normal hob anyway. You don't need to have the skillet to do this. I'm just doing it because obviously for demonstration it's easier with the skillets because they can just plug in. So while that's just cooking...
So I suppose in a normal stove it will be medium.
Yes, yeah. Just keep it on medium. I don't ever want anything too hot. So I'm going to need some water. Lentils.
Water. Where is the bed?
So 2 cups of lentils. These are red lentils. You can use whatever lentils you like. Let me just get me some turmeric. That's great, thank you. Turmeric, some garam masala. Garam masala and some cumin. So not only have I got the cumin seeds, I've got the cumin, the ground cumin. Spices are really good for our health. They stimulate the digestion and they're shown to be anti-inflammatory. So anybody who has digestive problems, joint health problems, anti-inflammatory or protection from spices is really, really helpful. So 2 cups of lentils, 4 cups of water. Wow, this bottle's amazing.
Isn't it?
Does anybody use lentils for cooking at the moment? Do you use lots of lentils, dried beans?
We use manga beans.
Manga beans. Are they
The green ones.
the green ones? Yeah, manga beans. Yeah, they're good. They're full of fibre, and I'm going to explain a bit more about fibre in a moment. So that's the basis of our recipe.
Do you have to put a timer on?
Pardon?
Do you have to put the timer?
I know it takes about 20 minutes.
20 minutes.
Once it's got to temperature, it'll take about 20 minutes.
And the normal temperature is 185?
I've got that about 195 just because I want it to get hot quickly. As soon as it starts to run to click, I will turn it right down to 85.
85?
Yeah, to cook through. Okay, I wanted to get that on because that's the only recipe I'm doing today where I'm actually cooking from absolute scratch. Okay, so do you want to have a seat a moment and we'll just talk about the DVD? Because this is what we're here today for, to learn about Dr. Niels Barnard's program on tackling diabetes. So the main points, and these are what you might like to just